Uganda's economy is currently recovering. Over the past 5 years, both domestic and external factors reduced economic growth to a lowly 3.4%. Consequently, average per capita income stagnated, while the proportion of the population living below the poverty line may have increased. Inflation soared, and government failed to collect taxes to support government spending. However, though stability returned, recovery was constrained by the aid freeze and delayed project implementation. Despite the difficult past 5-year period, the World Bank forecasts that Uganda's economic recovery will gain momentum thanks to the prudent policies and sustained investments. This outlook also benefits from improved external balance and expected exploitation of natural resources like oil. The key policy question is, how can the Ugandan labor market absorb an increasing labor force? The World Bank's second economic update recommends a multi-dimensional strategy defined in terms of 5 pillars. The first pillar relates to agricultural jobs. This sector is the biggest employer in the country, with about 73% working in it. Current efforts by government need to focus on several key areas. These are to improve rural infrastructure to connect producers to markets, to facilitate improved access to finance of farmers, to take research and advisory services closer to farmers, and to address factors responsible for the high cost of inputs. In addition, farmers need to access and use new technologies. For urban areas, more farming jobs can be generated if new methods of urban and non-traditional farming are encouraged. Land rights must be secure if agriculture is to achieve this transition. The second pillar aims to make the jobs within the informal sector more productive. These juakalis and household-based enterprises employ half of the labor force outside agriculture. Authorities have to see them not as a burden, but as an opportunity for employment creation. Generating better jobs within this sector requires that the operators have access to capital, raise technical and entrepreneurial skills, and secure enabling working environment.
Nalisabye gavumenti singa tuterawo yesobola otuyambamu kuba kati kapita etawanya nnyo ebiseera ebisinga naye tuwola ku ssente ezitali za kuziteeka mu magoba.
The third pillar is about survival and growth of formal firms. About 12% of the labor force work in this sector and will be the source of innovation and transformation for Ugandan workers to shift from low to higher productivity jobs. There are no barriers to starting of businesses, as evidenced by the large number of firms setting up in Uganda. However, high infrastructure costs, lack of access to finance, poor business services, and lack of skills constrain survival and growth of formal firms. The fourth pillar is to skill the labor force. Uganda's labor force is gravely uneducated. Only about 28% have reached an education above primary level. The skilling of Uganda's labor force must address a twofold challenge. First is to provide foundation skills through high-quality primary education and through the achievement of a higher rate of transition to secondary education. Second is to provide skills for transformation of the economy. In addition to current government efforts to improve education, the private sector must be encouraged to participate in equipping workers with skills.
You see that the stand is not moving smoothly. It means that the threads are not connected together.
The fifth pillar relates to efficient urbanization to support firm growth. Over 75% of manufacturing firms in Uganda are located in urban areas. Like they do anywhere else in the world, firms in Uganda concentrate in urban areas because they value the benefits of concentration. For firms to fully benefit from locating in urban areas, they must be able to freely substitute land with capital. In this regard, government must create incentives for landowners to rent out land. To reduce urban congestion, there needs to be a more efficient system of urban planning. It is also necessary to minimize regional gaps in social services, such as education and health, so that people migrate to urban areas not in search of better social services, but in search of productive employment. It is a complex agenda, but time for action is now. The highest priority lies in getting agriculture to work better, as this is where the bulk of the population works. However, people are also moving off agriculture. The update suggests short-term actions that could start making a much faster impact on job creation. Strategically grow large firms through clusters and full value chains. Improve the business environment for many firms by industrial zoning and innovative financial solutions to improve survival of small and medium-sized enterprises, which will remain an important source of formal employment. Create a matching grant for the informal sector operators while exploring linkages between large industries and small and mainly informal manufacturers. Build urban infrastructure to ease movement of people and products.
Ani yajireta ani yatta muzinge